go? What's happening? Boy Papa Duck, and I'm back with another video. Yes, very informative. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the notification. Make sure you subscribe, and also make sure you hit the like button, because when you hit the like button, they show these videos to more people. Plus, look below, you'll see our merch store. Everybody that has bought off our merch store, thank y'all so much. We able to spread this message. Everything comes from that merch store, goes back into this channel. We pay for paid ads and different things to put these videos out there as much as we can. And we need all the damn help we can get. Listen, man, I got a very, very, very good video for y'all today. And I want to show y'all that the way these big corporations that running our food industries and stuff like that, but this is on another level. It's just not about them giving us this fucked up food, this toxic, this is where all the cancers and all these different complications coming from. It ain't just about that. It's how they break it down to the science. It's how they manipulate you with the commercials, and how they just drill you with, you know, these companies that's funding these studies, right? How can Pepsi be good, or how could this be good if it's funded by Pepsi? And I want to show y'all that addiction ain't just about drugs. Addiction is anything that you can't control, that you can't stop on your own free will. You are addicted. It controls you. And drugs ain't the only thing that's addictive. Food is addictive. Sugar is addictive. You get what I'm saying? Certain things around your daily life is addictive. Also, I want to say this before I show y'all this video. Parents, if you can, please stop just shoving those little snacks to your kids' lunches. You know, the Oscar Mayers, the little Capri Suns and all that. Man, squeeze some juice. Give them some fresh juice. Give them some, it's up to us to do this. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Please pay attention to this video I'm going to show y'all. All this runs together because our kids will be addicted to sugars and all these different things as they go by, because it's convenient. Remember, the root word of convenient is con. Okay? Now, I don't want to make this video no longer than what it is, but I definitely want y'all to pay attention to how these big corporations, right, are together. Like I keep telling y'all, we need to be together, they together, but how they're together and how they're coming at us and making us buy certain things without y'all even knowing. Man, y'all check this video out. And please share this video to whoever you got love for and need to see it. Let's go.
You know, there used to be like 100 seed companies. Now there's 4 that control 60% of our seeds. You know, there used to be like 100 of food companies. Now there's like 9 that own all the other ones. And there used to be, you know, lots of fertilizer companies. Now there's like half a dozen that control all the 400 billion pounds of fertilizer made every year. So there's a big consolidation, and these have enormous power. I mean, it's a $15 trillion industry. It's the #1 business sector in the world. It's about 17% of our global economy. And it's controlled by a few dozen CEOs that are, you know, committed to protecting their shareholder value and selling more stuff. I mean, the way Coca-Cola makes more money is selling more Coke. There's an enormous amount of lobbying and influence, and the way the food company controls the narrative is through multiple strategies. One, they corrupt science. So they fund 12 times as much science as funded by the government. And it's like Gatorade, oh, it's good for you, and let's fund it by Pepsi, you know, and Coca-Cola doesn't cause obesity, funded by Coca-Cola. Sugar's not a problem, funded by the coalition of, you know, big food companies. It co-ops scientists in different ways by funding their professional associations, the American Heart Association, the American Diabetes Association, Academy of Nutrition Dietetics, all are funded in part by the food industry and by the ag industry. And so they're not actually completely independent. They shouldn't be making guidelines and recommendations. And then you have front groups that they create to confuse the public, like the American Council on Science and Health, which essentially says that GMO is fine, that pesticides are not harmful, that smoking is okay, and high fructose corn syrup is good for you. I mean, it's kind of almost ridiculous, but they present themselves as this independent group. When you look at who's funding them, it's all big food. So you've got all these front groups, and then they co-op social groups, like the NAACP and Hispanic Federation are funded in part by the food industry, which is why those groups who are the most targeted and affected by the food industry and the soda and processed food are the ones who are opposing soda taxes and opposing food reforms, you know, because of how they're funded. Now, where I spoke once, I was with Bernice King, Martin Luther King's daughter, in Atlanta, and I wanted to present this movie, Fed Up, at the King Center, which was all about how sugar and food was causing all this obesity in kids and stuff. And she was all into it. You know, she says nonviolence means nonviolence to ourselves. And a few days later, I got a call. We can't show the film. I'm like, why? She says, well, because Coca-Cola funds the King Center in Atlanta. they gave $1 million during the Super Bowl to create free admission to the social justice, human rights, civil rights museum in Atlanta. It's like they know what they're doing. And then on top of that, there's 187 lobbyists for every member of Congress. So they control science, they control public health groups, they control social groups, they fund research, and they control politics. So 187 lobbyists from every member of Congress. Just on the anti-GMO labeling law, they fought that, and it was $192 million in 1 year that these companies spent to oppose that one piece of legislation. They spent $500 million on the Farm Bill, 600 lobby groups. I mean, they have so much power. And I remember sitting on a boat with a senator this summer, in a sailboat, and we had 2 hours just chat. And I started laying all this out for him, and he was like, his jaw was open. He just didn't understand this, because he doesn't get educated by people like me. He gets educated by the food industry. It's like pharma companies. They educate doctors on, I call it continuing pharmaceutical education instead of medical education. So this is why we have this problem.
Come on, what the business is, what the lick read, you know